your girl Tiffani R. Singz, and we are live once again. This is Mind, Body, and Goals, and I have a special segment planned for you. This is Ladies Chat. So every fourth Friday, we are going to have a ladies chat. So we will have awesome women, powerful women with amazing stories and amazing things to share right here at Boss Up Houston Network on Mind, Body, and Goals. So I need you guys to share this video tonight. I have an awesome business partner and friend, NERI, who will be joining me tonight with an awesome story, and we're going to just have fun and share. We want to make sure that you guys are getting, for one, some laughs in, but we also want to make sure that we're reflecting on some things that may be hurting you or may be helping you here at Mind, Body, and Goals. That's the goal of the show here. So I want to thank you guys for sharing my videos, sharing our videos, and being a part of Boss Up Houston Network. Shout out to Boss Up Houston Network, guys. Woo! They're doing an amazing job here. Shamir Bacon, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you for the opportunities that you've granted me. And while we're taking pictures in the background, I got an audience tonight. Guys, please share. If you want to advertise with Boss Up Houston Network, that's totally great. That's totally fine. You're going to be seen on many different networks, and you're going to be able to have a larger audience to view your business, your ministry, your products, anything that you're trying to promote. Please send me a message, send Boss Up Houston Network a message, and we'll go ahead and get that started for you. So we have been having some awesome topics. I do want to start off for those who may have been affected by the hurricane recently in Louisiana and surrounding areas. My heart goes out to you. Guys, we know that the weather is unpredictable. We are wanting to make sure everyone is safe. Please try to stay positive, even though in the midst of all that is going on. I know it can be very hard to stay positive right now, but for those, my heart goes out to you. We have some people that their homes were messed up, and I noticed, and I've been looking, we had some deaths in Louisiana as well, dealing with the hurricane. So guys, take each moment, take a breath, make sure you're loving your family, that you're taking care of what you need to take care of, and not taking life for granted. We don't know when our last time is, so that's my message to you tonight. Live each day like it's your last. Laugh. Please do not stop pursuing your dreams and goals, okay? We don't want to leave this earth wondering, okay, or don't have anything to leave for our children, and wondering what could we have been? What could we have left if we had pursued our dreams and goals, okay? So please make sure you're living each day to its fullest, all right? So I am here, and you see my products, okay? You see these two products here. So I'm still on my weight loss journey. I will not stop until I hit that 125 pound weight loss goal. So far, I've lost 65 pounds, and I've lost, guys, y'all ready for this? With the help of these products, 10 inches off of my stomach. 10. Okay, so I know that these products work. This is our liquid multivitamin. I'm sure you've seen it all over the internet. NutriBurst liquid. Here you go. Y'all see this? Big orange and purple bottle. Okay. NutriBurst. This is our liquid multivitamin. It helps to suppress your appetite. It also gives you that energy, and it's going to give you the nutrients you need to help start rejuvenating your cells and get your body in weight loss mode, okay? And also, this right here is our resolution drops. We call this lipo in a bottle, okay? If you follow me on Tiffani R. Singz 333, you'll see my results from the fat that it eats out of your body. That's why it's called lipo in a bottle. All right. So if you are having trouble and you need some assistance, please message me, message Boss Up Houston Network so we can get you some products and get you on your weight loss journey. Because we know in our African American community and other minority communities, we have the largest amount of health problems and health challenges, okay? So this is very, very, very important to me. So guys, I'm looking here. We have some prizes. If you share the video, you will be getting a prize. So go ahead and share this video so that we can take note and write your name and inbox you after the show so that you are able to get your prize for sharing the video on tonight. Okay? So, guys, please hit me up. Make sure that you are taking time to improve your health. Okay, we don't want to let this time go by and we are leaving the earth because of health problems. I've had a lot of family members to do so because of health problems, so this is very important to me. All right, so please share this video. If you'd like to sew into Mind, Body, and Goals, please go ahead and send your seed to the Cash App, Tiffani R. Singz. All right, that's TIFFANIRSINGZ. All right, so I want to go ahead and give y'all a little bit of information about our guest tonight. All right, and she's a beautiful, beautiful lady. I met this young lady during a business partnership, and she also sells our products here, and we met and we connected, and we connected very quickly, and she's an amazing person. So I had to ask her nationality because, you know, I don't like asking that question, but I wanted to be sure. So her name is NERI, and she's 29, and she's an immigrant from El Salvador, and she came to United States at the age of 10. So her story, guys, is an amazing story. She has gone through some trials and triumphs, and I thought that, hey, I want to connect real people with you guys. I want to connect real people that have stories that are not celebrities yet, okay, that have things that could help our community, all right? A lot of times we don't like to connect with different nationality people, but I'm not that way. I love everybody. You know, we talk about we love people. We got to love everyone. So I'm excited to bring her on tonight. So if you would like to sew into Boss Up Houston Network, please send to the Cash App Tiffani R. Singz and put Boss Up Houston, and we will definitely get your seed to the studios here. All right. Thank you for watching. Please share this video. This is your girl, Tiffani R. Singz.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
everyone. This is your girl Tiffani R. Singz. You are watching Mind, Body, and Goals here at Boss Up Houston Network. Woo! And I'm sure you're wondering who this beautiful lady is here. This is my business partner and friend, NERI. And like I described before we went on the break, that we met during a business partnership. And we connected, and we began to talk about God. We began to talk about business moves, power moves, and she found me to be interesting, evidently. And we continue to talk. And I'm grateful that I have met you. And she's an awesome, awesome person. She shared some things about her life with me. And I was like, when you're ready, you can share some of your story. People are hurting. People need to hear. And she was like, sure. Well, I don't know. And I said, whenever you're ready, we have to be ready to share, and to know when it's the right time.
It's all about the timing.
So, NERI, I left off with, you came here when you were 10 years old.
Right.
So could you share from that point first?
All right. So I came to the United States when I was 10. When I first came here, I didn't come to Houston. I came to Virginia. Uh-huh. And, of course, I didn't know the language. So imagine coming to a country where you don't know the language and everybody's trying to talk to you and communicate with you. And you're just sitting there like a little kid when you're in trouble and you're just sitting there. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. So, I'm the type of person. I'm the outgoing. I'm the... Yeah. I don't care. Let's just try it out. So, I started learning the language. I had an aunt, and she was like, just go for it. Even if you say it wrong, just say it, and we'll correct you.
Wow.
But, just take that courage and go. But, you at the age of 10, you're like, no, people are not going to like me. They're going to make fun of me. So it was a bit hard for me. Right. Just because, like I said, just the language factor.
Right.
But once I felt a little comfortable and my aunt just kept pushing me, just speak yourself. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I started in, and then we moved to Houston.
Right.
So I've been here in Houston since I was like 12.
Awesome.
So I'm from El Salvador, but I feel like I'm just Houston. Like Houston adopted me. Like I'm from Houston. I don't care what nobody says. Like I'm from Houston.
Right. And when I read, your information, I was like, oh, okay. I thought you actually grew up here in Houston until, you told me that information. So, and you have transition very well. Right. And I'll let you get into your story, that you were talking about. But for you in school here, when you came and you're in your language barrier, how was that? Because, I'm an educator, so I would like to hear, how was that for you?
Like I said, it was a little hard. The beauty about it as a teacher was the simple fact that, the ESL teachers, they love what they do.
Right.
They love taking you from that uncomfortable situation to taking you to be completely comfortable and just pretty much opening you up.
Right.
So, it was hard in the beginning, but like I said, once I got to it, homework was the problem for me.
Okay.
Homework was just like... My mom, she was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, you don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Well, what are we going to do? So I kind of freaked out a little bit. But like I said, afterwards, once I felt comfortable. Because that's a big thing. Exactly. When you're so uncomfortable, you tend to shut down completely. You know what I mean? So that was like my biggest issue until I just needed like that push, I guess.
Exactly.
Like that little push, like no.
Right.
Like, when they're like, do it, jump. And you're like, no, I don't want to jump. Like that's what my auntie kept doing. She was like, jump. And I was like, no.
Exactly.
But after I learned the language and it just, everything became easier.
Wow.
And
to my, my colleagues and other teachers that are listening and watching, I asked her that because, it's hard for us to see through the lens of you guys.
Very.
And like you said, and which was some insight, when you did the homework, it was a major problem. For you. Like,
it had to be like an after school type thing. Like, even though it was the homework, like, I was just like, can I just stay after school and just do it at school and then go home?
Right.
Because I had the help in school versus Me going home to my mom doesn't speak the language, excuse me. However, she understands, but it's not in her to speak it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So and plus my mom, when we came here, she was already like in her late 40s. So in her mind, she's like, I'm old. I'm not going to learn it. It's not going to stick. So, you as a child, your parents telling you that, it's kind of hard because it's like, well, you're supposed to help me.
Yeah.
But as a child, you also don't understand where they are coming from.
Exactly.
Because, even now I'm like, with my kids, they come to me with homework and I'm like, it's been so long.
I know, girl.
It's been so long. I graduated on 9, okay?
Okay, and we just talked today, with teacher training about these new math methods and all this, look, we the teachers still learning too, okay? So, hey, because, things are still evolving and definitely with the pandemic going on, all of the things that we're having to do differently with online teaching and everything. So I totally get that. Tell us a little bit about when you had your first child. And I read that you were 19.
I was 19.
Wait, before you start there, what high school did you graduate from?
Singz, baby.
Oh,
09. Yes. Fighting Bears, honey. Yeah.
They holding up signs back here. Okay,
with yeah. They know.
Well, congratulations.
So I graduated from Hastings, class of 09.
Uh-huh.
Graduated from ROTC 2 as a lieutenant.
I was in ROTC.
Rifle team.
I didn't reach lieutenant.
Rifle team commander, first team overall.
Okay.
So graduated on 09. A couple of months after graduating, an unfortunate event happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up pregnant with my daughter.
Right.
Which at that time I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm like my mom, my parents, because you have to think about it. Every nationality, every country, especially in the Latin community, parents are stuck in a way.
Right.
When you're pregnant, it's like you're supposed to be married. You're supposed to have your own house. You're supposed to be like set. And I know. For me, it was like, I'm not married. Mm-hmm. I don't have a home. I still stay with my mom. And, at that age, even though you're supposed to be mature enough in order for you to make decisions, just like when something like that hits you, especially in the situation that happened, you kind of get lost.
Right.
And that's kind of where, I found out I'm like, I'm not ready. I can't do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not ready to be a mom. I'm 19. At that time, I was in the process of enlisting in the Marine Corps. Okay. Because the Marine Corps military, it was my thing. It's me. And
I should have remembered your photos. I want to share, and I will share once we get off tonight. Her ROTC, like you look like you was supposed to go. Because when I tell y'all, she was like she's nice fit now, but she was fit. Like fit.
Yes. So, I was very fit.
I love your pictures from the ROTC where you showed me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, ROTC was my life. Like, my seniors, and I thank my seniors for it too, because I think if, because in ROTC, it starts with your freshman year.
Right.
And it has to do with your seniors.
Absolutely.
They mold you.
Yeah.
And they molded me perfectly.
Absolutely.
From head to toe. As a civilian and in uniform, because my thing was my uniform. My uniform, no wrinkles.
Oh yeah,
no nothing. My uniform. You couldn't tell me nothing about me being in my uniform. Oh, your uniform's where? Right. You couldn't tell me nothing. So that was the path I wanted to take after high school.
But God had other plans.
He sure did, because he slowed me down. He said, no, sis. No, baby, we got to slow you down.
And it's, and things that happen that, that are unfortunate, and we don't see the end result of where we're going. But then when you start to walk into what God is going to have you do, you're like, oh, I now understand why I had to go this way. And I was reading, you were talking about your race and experiencing different things. Could you share a little bit about that?
So pretty much growing up, I'm I'm Hispanic, I'm Salvadorian, you know. Just like I feel that with every race, you have racism within your race.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're Caucasian, if you're African American, if you're Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. I always say you have the ones that are going to love you, and you're going to have the ones that don't like you at all.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know, you have those people too where they're like, oh, you need to go back to Mexico. I'm not from Mexico.
Right.
You know, and that's something that I like to focus on, you know, because you're Hispanic, it doesn't mean you're Mexican. You know, that's
because you share that, because I want, you know, only person that can really tell about that is someone with the nationality. So give us some knowledge on tonight on the difference with that.
Okay, so you have Hispanics, which it just takes over every Hispanic country, Mexico, Cuba, Puerto Rico, all those countries. You say Hispanics, it just takes everybody, or Latin.
Okay.
It takes everybody.
Okay.
And yes, we all speak the same language. However, our cultures are completely different night and day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference, you know, whenever it comes down to the differences, you know, like Mexicans and Salvadorians, Guatemalans. We are all different. We are all Latin, and people don't understand, and a lot of people take it to how can I say, they get offended. Me personally, I don't have nothing against my Mexican friends or Mexicans, nothing. I don't, because they're my people.
Right.
We're the same race. I don't have nothing against anybody, period.
Absolutely.
But I take offense when they're like, you're Mexican. No, I'm not Mexican. I'm not. I'm Salvadorian, so that's why I just, you know, when it comes down to that, I'm like, just refer to it being Latin.
Right.
Or being Hispanic.
Okay.
When you say those words, it don't matter where you're from.
Absolutely.
You can be from Dominican Republic, you can be from Mexico, you can be from Cuba, Guatemala. It just takes everybody all in one.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. And I just like to, you know, just say Latin or just say Hispanic. And it takes everybody.
Right. And tell us, because, you know, we have words in the African American community that offend us. So tell us what those words are, because, you know, we don't, I know some people know, but tell us what those words are that are like, okay, I'm about to fight you. Just like
Wetback.
Okay. Okay.
Webex. That's a very offensive word.
Right.
For the simple fact that, you know, a lot of us come to this country for different reasons.
Right.
A lot of us, and I'm including myself, because like I said, I'm an immigrant. I'm proud to be an immigrant because of this country. I came to this country and I've made myself what I am now, going through every single phase that I had to go through to get here.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that is just one word that you just don't say. Like, those are fighting words. That, like, A-Leaf will come out. The A-Leaf will
El
come
Salvador
out.
will come out.
It will come out. So that's just one word you don't say, because, you know, if you will really have to sit down and listen to a story in order for you to understand why that word either can be hurtful to somebody, or it can just take that person and turn them completely out.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, you know, every story is different.
Right.
When I came here, I didn't have a choice. My parents brought me here.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. A lot of us, we didn't have a choice. We had to come here because our parents brought us here.
And you know, I think the whole thing too is we don't understand why parents of your nationality come here and bring you. And I teach kids, you know, with your nationality, and they say, well, our parents just wanted a better life for us. Could you share on that?
In a lot of countries that back home, it's tough. Mm-hmm. It's very, very tough. Like, you have gangs here, you have Crips, Bloods, you have everything.
Right.
But back home, you have the MS-13s and the MS-18s. Right. Those are like the most brutal you can have.
Right.
Like, back home, they don't care if it's a kid, if it's a woman, if it's a grandma. They don't care. So you're basically running away from violence. Right. Because you do want better for your child, because they have been going through it for so long.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, you know, at that point, we just don't have a choice. They want better, and what else can we do?
Right.
What else can they do? Or they being threatened, because back home, if a gang member, if you have like a little shop or something, and they like, oh, we need $1,000 from you every month, you don't give them $1,000 every month, you're gone within hours.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's a lot.
And I have done some research on that. There are a lot of politics and a lot of money involved, even here in the U.S. With taking lives.
Yes.
And I do understand. There it's more brutal because for whatever reason, and like you say, it can be a child, it can be an adult. It's just so much going on, with that. So I'm glad that you came, because we wouldn't have never met. We wouldn't have met. So, I want you to talk about, and we're going to go to a commercial break here shortly, but when we come back, guys, we're going to talk about overcoming insecurities and hurts, and how NERI's doing now, and what her goals are, because this is mind, body, and goals. So what some of her goals and dreams are for the future, and talk about your children. So guys, if you have a question for NERI, please feel free to put it in the chat, and we will get her to answer your questions. Please share this video on tonight, and if you see me with my phone, it's so I can make sure we hit all these points tonight. And if you want to sew into Mind, Body, and Goals and Boss Up Houston, please go ahead and send your donation to Tiffani R. Singz, and it's there, and we will definitely, please, we will use your donation for everything here that we have. So please share, and we'll be right back.
I want to give you the opportunity to tell your truth. So let's start with what happened.
This is Red Table Talk.
Red Table Talk.
Red Table Talk. This table carries no judgment.
I suffered trauma at an early age.
This table brings out your truth.
I had to hit rock bottom. I had to lose everything.
This table encourages you to share your story.
I was just caught up in that pain.
This table has room for everyone.
For everyone. Red Table makes you emotional.
When there's a lot of love there, there's always a path towards healing. Intimate, provocative, unfiltered. Join us.
Take a seat at the table.
Only on Facebook Watch. I want to give you the opportunity
Devin, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
Okay.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? DJ Khaled to be your motivational coach?
Yo, Devin, remember to brush in a circle motion.
Thank you, DJ Khaled.
Tiny circles, Devin. Do another one. Another one.
Is this good?
Put in that word, Devin. Don't give up.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
Don't play yourself. Hit subscribe to play more great Geico videos. And don't forget to share.
Devin.
Hey guys, you are watching Mind, Body, and Goals, and I am Tiffani R. Singz. I have my special guest here, NERI, and we're just having some ladies chat on tonight. Every fourth Friday, we're going to have ladies chat, and we're bringing empowering and powerful women to the show to share their story. And so we're going to also make sure that you're able to meet these women and interact with these women, and make sure that you're able to ask them questions. And we hope something here said helps you, encourages you to be better, and to get through some things you're going through. So we were talking about, you were talking about the racism and the killings back home, and I asked you, why do parents bring their kids here? A lot of times, and I'll be honest with you as an educator, when the kids come and they are coming to the class and they have the language barriers, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could read their mind because, and then they're shy.
That's the first thing.
They're shy. Everything is new to them. And they are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up, And I could imagine just everything coming here. You're leaving a dangerous place. You're coming to a new place. You got to get in school.
You got to get back in the routine.
Right. Right. Do you remember that?
Yes. Because, back home school is not like how it is here. You don't have periods. You don't have different subjects. You have that one teacher.
Okay.
That does everything.
Okay.
You have your lunch, and then you have recess, and then it's like right back to the same desk.
Right.
You get back to the teacher, and that's it.
Right.
It's not like even high school.
Right.
High school, you don't have
okay
first period or an ABC block to where
it's
you
still
have,
one teacher. High
it's
school?
still that one teacher.
Wow.
And now when you go to college, now that's different. You still have, it is
Right.
like here where you have your professors for every single little different thing.
Absolutely.
But as far as like elementary and middle school and high, and at that we don't have elementary, middle, and high.
Oh,
it's all one.
Oh, girl.
It's all one. It's all like a big school.
So y'all teachers are teaching from kindergarten to 12?
In one school, they have them separated per grade level.
Okay.
But the school is just a big old building, and everybody's just there in there and just just teaching.
Well, girl, I can't imagine how that experience
Too
is.
much.
Coming.
It would be too much. I would say I was happy, that because in middle school you get a break.
Right.
In middle school you get a break from a couple of the teachers, and you're just like, ugh,
yes,
no math teacher, no social studies.
Right.
I get to go to PE. Over there, it's just. And then for recess, it's like you hear everybody.
Absolutely.
Because it's like a big old building, and you have what we call here the courtyard. It's just in the middle of the school.
Right.
So when everybody goes to recess, you hear everybody because the classrooms are not closed in with the door.
Right.
It's just a box. Honestly, it's just the box,
Well, I commend you, and I know as a mom, you're glad that you're able to be here with your students, with your children, so they don't have to really deal with that transition like you had to. So we're talking tonight, guys. If you're on the line, and I know, and some people won't want to share, but there are times when we all have maybe one or two insecurities. And in order to grow, in order to be better, we have to come to grips and admit that, okay, I'm insecure about this, or I had to go through this, because for one, the society we're in, is so fashion driven. We're looking at the outward appearance. We're looking at, what someone has. But we don't know how they got what they have. Mm-hmm. We don't know, because people do different things, but, am I better than this person?
You ask yourself that a lot in middle school. I would say middle school is a time where you actually sit here and ask yourself or say, I don't want to do a certain thing, or I don't want to go a certain place because you don't have what the other person has.
Right.
You know what I mean? And nowadays, name brand is everything.
Oh, yeah.
And being in middle school, like I said, coming from where I came from, it was hard because my mom is a single mom. Mm-hmm. My mom is a single mom. So everything we had, it was because she really went out there and got it, and she gave what she was able to.
Right.
And me as a child was like, well, I want more. Like,
right.
you know, my friend at school, she has a Nintendo or she has a PlayStation, and she's like, well, baby, I can't.
Yeah.
I have to pay rent. I have to pay bills. You want to eat, right?
Right.
So growing up, it was very hard for me because I was like, well, I want this, or I want to go to the movies. And by her being a single mom and paying all bills, that was very, very difficult for her.
Right.
So at a time, I would say I hated her. Not hate her, because hate is a very strong word, but I disliked this situation she was in and we were in.
As a child, you're thinking, okay, you know, I really don't like my mom because she's not doing this.
Right. So middle school was, I want to say, just a time where I was just like, well, I'm like, I guess I'll just stay home. Like, I really just closed myself in. I'd rather, like, be home bored, watching movies or doing something instead of, like, going out, because kids are brutal. Like, kids are brutal. And they will make fun of you because of what you were wearing.
Yes.
Not knowing the situation that the other person's in. And that's something that I try to teach my kids, like, only because they're wearing this, that, and the third don't mean you have to treat them that way.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, whatever they are wearing doesn't make who they are.
Right.
You know, and you know, I just try to teach my kids that, because first of all, I try to teach my kids the things that I just kind of went through in middle school. So, you know, like the bullying, the whole racist thing. I'm like, look, that's still a person. That person still have feelings.
Right.
If you don't want a kid to tell you you're ugly, you're fat, don't do that to a kid. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, treat that person the way you want that person to treat you.
Right. And I think it's hard because, you know, now people are more inclined to be negative than positive. So then we have to teach our children how to be strong and know how to, as we say, get these people off our back.
Right.
Because you can't, that will weigh you down. That will make you depressed. That will make you insecure if you let these negative words and negative situations embed your mind and get in there.
Right.
It
does. It really does.
And how did that affect you as far as, like, making, you said you didn't want to go to school because of certain things?
Yeah, I just, you know, like how they have, like, the dance, like, I didn't want to go. I was just like, well, you know what? In my head, I'm like, my mom is not going to be able to buy me that dress I want.
Right.
Or she's not going to be able to buy me the shoes I want or the jewelry to go with it. So as a kid, I was just like, I'll just stay home. I'll just stay home. And like I said, and I think that's, like, kind of where it started in middle school until I got to high school, to where I started opening up a little bit. But in middle school, I just got to a point where I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be with my friends. Like, I always make, like, little excuses with my friends. Like, when I was like, oh, come to my house, come sleep over.
Right.
No, I have things to do this weekend. Because, like I said, I didn't have the things they had.
Right.
And I wanted those things, but I didn't understand at that time. My mom is a single mom. She has bills to pay, and she got things to do. She has what I call now priorities.
Right. And so you have siblings?
Yes, I have a younger sister.
Okay.
And 3 older brothers from another marriage with my dad that my dad had. But those with my brothers, we really don't have, like, I would say, a relationship. So it's just more my sister.
Right.
And my sister, we're night and day. My sister, see, I'm very active. I like to be in the move all the time, just because of, like I said, how I grew up. So I'm making moves, trying to figure stuff out, a little side hustle here, a little side hustle there, just to come up with stuff, because, like I said, I knew how I was back then, and I don't want to relive that phase. And I think that's one of my fears, is reliving my past as a child. That is just something that I don't like.
Well, you know, and we'll get into that, because we want to talk about how insecurity can drive you to do certain things that you wouldn't do, and then how you can turn that energy into positive energy to get to be better and to get out of those situations. So as far as insecurity, how did it make you feel, and then what situations did you find yourself in, because you started to think about yourself in a lesser way than you should have?
So there was this one time, like I said, we were invited to a Halloween party, and that was probably that one time that I finally decided to go. And at that time in middle school, I wasn't fit. I was a thick baby.
Okay,
I was a thick baby.
Yeah, because So hold up, I've been thick all my life, and and that's fine. Who likes it? Okay, who don't? That's fine.
Right. I mean. Now we have that mentality. Now you have that mentality.
And that's why I wanted to, talk about it, because back then, high school, middle school, you got the people. Okay, you're not popular if you too chunky. Okay, you're not popular if you too dark. In my case.
You ain't popular if you ain't got it back there.
Okay.
You ain't popular. You're not popular if you don't have it here, if you don't have it there, if you too short. Look, I've been called short way too many times, and I'm like, look, I'm fun size, okay? But back then, I was heavier.
Right.
So, it kind of put me, like, after that party, this one girl, she just never liked me. Okay. Like, for what reasons? Even till this day, I don't know.
Right.
But she never did, and she was like, you little fat Mexican. I'm like, and I, it used to, like I said, it used to make me mad because somebody calling me Mexican, knowing that I'm not Mexican, used to just throw me off. Like, no. Mm-hmm. So after that party, I went home, and I was like, this was 8th grade year.
Right.
I was like, man, I'm like, I keep going to get fat. I'm like, but I'm trying, and like you come self-conscious when you're really trying to do something, but it's just not working at the pace you want it to work. That's when you start beating yourself up about it even more. Well, I feel.
Right. And can I say something? Even you were in middle school. Mm-hmm. So guys, we are here. If you, and I'm a teacher, we have educators on the line, parents. If you have a child in middle school, let me tell you, because I teach middle school, those are the toughest years of your child's life. So what they do in that time frame is very crucial, can really make them or break them for the rest of their future, because it's so much peer pressure. And then you have people judging and calling names, and like you said, you started not wanting to go to school.
Right.
You stopped going to school.
Right.
Because of certain things. So I wanted to stop there to make sure hey, check in with your children. If they're in middle school, for sure, they may not tell you they're getting bullied.
You have to look for those signs.
Right.
You have to look for signs. My daughter, she's in elementary school. She's only 10. And she was getting bullied not bullied at school, but there was this one little boy that always used to come to her, oh, you're ugly. Wow. You're fat. And I'm like, and she wouldn't tell me, but there was a time where I would see the way she would act.
Right.
You have to really know and pay attention to your children.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of your kids, they won't come and they won't tell you. I know I didn't. I really wasn't the type of daughter to be like, oh, Mom, they were calling me this. I was very to myself, because the way I was raised was suck it up if you can't fix it.
Right.
So to me, I think sucking it up is not the answer, because the more you suck it up and you keep it in, the more it eats you up, the more you start getting depressed, the more you become insecure.
Absolutely.
I tell people, I'm like, keep talking about it. If you have to keep talking about it, because in a way, that's taking the weight off your shoulders. Right. It's not getting the problem fixed. But if you keep saying it, you start listening to yourself, and you start to realize that's not me.
And you said something, you said it wasn't fixing the problem, but really talking and getting it out is starting to get you to that point to heal.
Yeah, you start hearing it, and you start to learn, I'm not fat. Like I tell my daughter, I'm like, baby, I'm like, look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
I'm like, look at yourself. I'm like, you're beautiful.
Right.
I'm like, look at your skin. You have beautiful skin. Because I have mixed babies. They're Hispanic and African American.
So, and you know, and you're a wonderful mom, and you share some things. But since it's ladies chat, let's get on these men a little bit about how they interact with women, what they say, really drives our. Come on, let's talk about it. Because, see, this is ladies chat.
Yes.
So, man, we going to have another night for y'all. But I want to talk about how being connected and listening to some of these negative things that men say about women.
Or do. Because sometimes you don't have to say. You just have to do.
Right.
You know, as a woman, me personally, what made me insecure at a certain point of time in several relationships was the fact that, you know, your husband, your boyfriend, fiance is not going to sit here and tell you, look, baby, you fat. He's not going to tell you, okay? He's not going to tell you. However, you're going to see him liking another girl that is slimmer than you.
Okay.
That has a better body shape than you.
Come on and talk.
And now you start to wonder, well, damn. I need to hit the gym.
Come on and talk.
Is that what he really want? So now you're starting to put that in your head. I'm fat. I need to do this. I need to do that.
Right.
You understand? So now, me personally, that happened to me. He would start loving pictures of girls. Look, loving. Not the thumbs up, but the hearts. Not thumbs up, but hearts. He was doing hearts. So now I'm asking myself, well, damn, did you lose it?
Right.
Are you still attracted to me? You know, and now in your head, you're like, I'm fat. Like,
right.
You start bringing yourself down without anybody telling you
right.
that you're becoming a certain way.
So, great points. We're going to go to a commercial break and we're going to get back on this talk. You're watching Mind, Body, and Goals with my special guest, NERI. Thank you for tuning in.
I will speak on it. Like I said, men would start liking other pictures, and then you start to wonder.
Right, and I want to touch on that because, that's how much social media plays a part in our lives. Facebook is messy.
Very.
Okay. We use it, and some people use it for the wrong reasons. Hey guys, you're watching Mind, Body, and Goals. This is your girl Tiffani R. Singz. Thank y'all for tuning in. And this is my girl NERI, special guest. So we're talking about insecurities, and we're talking about overcoming them and the things that drive us to be insecure without, like you said, without even saying. And social media plays a major part.
A big part.
And especially if you're in a relationship.
Look, I think if you're in a relationship, you should just be banned from Facebook. You should be banned from Facebook, just social media, period.
I think the conversation should be had about, because here's the thing. There are some people who formulate in their mind that, her man like me, or, his girl likes me because she's loving or liking my pic. And that may not even be the case.
At all.
And so people, they develop these thoughts in their own mind. That just because they're getting loves and likes,
that's what it is.
Right, no. I got how many friends on Facebook?
Too many.
On Facebook? Too
many.
But how many can I call at 12 midnight?
Probably a handful.
Okay, so come on now. People take the social media thing to heart and too far. As far as who's liking and who's, because we put too much stock into what goes on social media too. But like you say, you start in your mind thinking, I see what he's liking. Am I
right? Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? And then that's one. And then two, little small comments that they may say here and there, or conversations, because they're not going to talk to you the way they talk to their boys.
Right.
They not. So little conversations that they have with their guys about, the girls that the guys are liking or what they see that they like, you start to wonder, well, damn, I'm not good enough. And that's when you as a woman, you start creating that in your head, and you start becoming very, very insecure.
Right.
I've always said, I've been there. I've been very, very deep, insecure of myself, my body, just insecure all around, period. Because not just as a woman, but as a mother too, because you hear people, well, you this, well, you're that, you're not doing this, you're bad at this, you're bad at that. So now you're building it, and you have heard it so many times for so long that you're starting to make yourself think, feel, and believe that, I'm not a good mom, or I'm not a good wife. Right. Knowing damn well that you are. It's just that person is not appreciating you as who you are.
Right. And I think we compare ourselves so much.
Too much.
And we have to stop doing that, because we can do what we can do. Others do what they can do. And we kind of need to just help each other. So, I do this, or I do this to do this, That's what, back in the days, the women got together and they shared,
empower each other.
They shared tips. They shared things like that. But tell us, how are you working from that place, because we'll be leaving here soon, guys, but I'll have NERI come back to Ladies Chat. How can we overcome and start to get rid of these negative thoughts that we've heard over the years?
You have to get back in touch with yourself. Honestly, you really do. Me personally, I've recently just moved from Colorado, so I have 15 hours of thinking.
Right.
15 hours of music, 15 hours of just thinking. You have to figure out who you are, who you were. because you change within relationships. You change and mold yourself to that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you may change completely. So sometimes what I do, I just need some quiet time, some music, and a sunset. Right. And I just posted that yesterday.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to find what makes you get that relief off of you, what makes you kind of just channel all that negative energy. It can be music. You can listen to a lot of music you can relate to.
Right.
You can go to the gym. I'm going back to the gym because the gym is my happy place. Right. That's my, I would say my anger relief, because by you becoming insecure, you become angry with yourself too, because you keep telling yourself, I allowed myself to get this low.
And you know what? And I'll also say, people may think of you differently. People may say, oh, she thinks she's all that. I have decided within the past 2 years, anybody negative, anybody not supporting, I see you, hello, and I got to cut you off.
Right.
Because that negativity starts to seep into your mind, your heart,
and you fall back into that cycle. It's a cycle.
If they're not supporting your dreams and goals, and you still where you were 2 years ago, check your surrounding. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Because God put us here to fulfill certain goals and deals and aspirations.
Right.
So everyone that you're around has to be pushing you that way. And you can't get there with people, oh, you ain't better do that. Mm-mm. Oh, well, you're not good enough.
See, that's why I never tell what my plans are.
Right.
Because I always said not everybody is praying for your success.
Yes.
Not everybody wants you to be happy. You have that one person. And this is in every friend and everybody. You have that one friend.
Right.
You have that one friend that's like, girl, yeah, you could do it. You got it. And next thing you know, they're doing something to make you fail.
Right. Or they take your idea.
And run with it.
And like, oh, I just sold. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we have to be connected, and really pray. And so we know, okay, I had to just say, God, who needs to go with me to this next dimension, this next level?
You have to be, I always say, you have to be like your energy. My energy has to be we have to be, in order for me to move up with you, we have to be we have to have the same energy.
Absolutely.
We have to be on the same page. Mm-hmm. If me and you, if you don't have the same drive I have, like let's go get it all means, I'm sorry. I love you, but I'll love you from a distance.
Right.
Because we got to move forward. We can't be stuck. If we stay stuck in the same place, what are you doing?
Right. And then not having somebody on board that's jealous of you because, like you say, they're praying against you in the spirit. Mm-hmm. And just anything that comes out of your mouth.
That ain't gonna work.
So, guys, we have been talking on overcoming insecurities and getting through these hurdles on Ladies Chat. NERI, you have a positive thing you want to share with the audience before we go?
Positive, man. Just stay positive. Keep God first. Pray. Just have goals. I always say, in order for you to succeed, you have to fail. Right. You fail, you learn. The next time comes around, you do a whole lot better.
Yes.
So never sit here like, oh, but I did it already. No, just stop with the negativity. just keep a clear mind. Stay positive. Pray about it, and trust me, by experience. Pray about it. He'll make it happen.
Yes.
He won't make it happen when you want it to. He'll make it happen when it's right for you.
Right. And NERI, I just want to tell you, you're a beautiful person inside out.
Thank you.
Some people may have misunderstood you just by looking, that's what we talk about on the last show, judging. Because your exterior can be very,
edgy.
Yeah.
Edgy.
But behind that is, a soft person. You want the best for your children. You want to do the best.
I want the best for everybody.
Right. And we all make mistakes and we learn from them. Like you said, you fail the first time, you come back around, you do better the next time. Yes. So I want to thank you for coming to Ladies Chat.
Thank you for having me.
I'm your girl, Tiffani R. Singz. Please, please, please. I want to give a shout out to Pastor Al Moreau. Thank you for donating in to Boss Up Houston Network tonight. Please, if you'd like to go ahead and send a gift, please send it to Tiffani R. Singz on Cash App, and we are going to mention your name on the Boss Up Houston Network here as a giver. And guys, we thank you. Please share this video. We have some awesome shows coming up, and once again, advertise. Go ahead, hit us up here at Boss Up Houston Network. I'm Tiffani R. Singz. This has been my special guest, NERI, and we'll see y'all next time.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up. Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.